OCIMF for review. Mooring line issues in the spotlight. Vessels use mooring lines in order to be secured next to dock, pier, or terminal. The lines may be ropes, wires, or combination. Rope with tails or wire with tails. The minimum size and number of required lines for a vessel are determined by the classification society during construction and follow the existing guidance by IMO MSC CRIRC 1175, currently under review, IACS recommendation 10, etc. in order to comply with SOLAS 2 requirements for safe mooring. OCIMF MEG for release. Additionally, for tankers, OCIMF has provided mooring equipment guidelines summarizing the concern and requirement of major oil companies on safe mooring. In summer 2018, OCIMF revised the guidance for mooring equipment with fourth issue of mooring equipment guidelines. New definitions have been issued as ship design minimum breaking load LDBF, line design breaking force, etc. A lot of information are also being provided on how to select lines and how to document their operation, line management plan, mooring equipment.
OCIMF MEG for review. Reviewing the guidance, there are two issues that may require more clarification for the operators as follows. So the first is the mooring line issue number 1. The first issue refers to the maximum breaking load that the line should have in order to be purchased. The guidance mentions in the minimum as follows. Based on ship designs MBL, the line should have a minimum design breaking force or LDBF to 100 to 105%. However, what if an organization wants to purchase lines with more than that breaking level, assuming that the guidance equipment is satisfied? Mooring line issue number 2. The second issue refers to the retirement of a line or supportive equipment as tails in MEG4 or MEG4 guidance, but also already considered to be industry standards. Reference is made to CI 2001 fiber rope inspection and retirement criteria and ISO 4309. Both of these guidelines includes objective evidence criteria based on inspection and visible conditions. These are very easy to be observed by the line user. MEG4 guidance for all mooring loose equipment has set a level, again related to a ship design MBL, called the residual strength. There is a level set to 75% of ship design MBL for all equipment. The problem is that procedure of measurement of the residual strength of a line is destructive procedure. This means that the subject of measurement will be destroyed and the sampling measurement therefore ensure that the results will cover all similar equipments. Procedures. Mooring line handling tips. So, mooring and unmooring operations provide the circumstances for potentially serious accidents. There is no doubt that this duty requires a good technique initially in lifting the heavy eye of the rope, followed by a good pulling technique. Care must be taken, therefore, with the laying out of heavy mooring ropes and wire ropes hawsers.
Seafarers involved in mooring operation should be given additional instruction for the specific equipment and mooring configuration used on the vessel. This should include, but may not be limited to, types of winches and windlands and their operations, locations of emergency stop buttons, the types of ropes and or wire used, and the location and use of rollers doolies, and leads.
Hey guys, so I'll continue sharing to you handling tips, safe handling tips for a mooring operation. So crew should make sure that there are enough manpower available to do the task safely. So a mooring operation is one of the crucial operations that you can experience on board, and it doesn't take only one man to do it. So it takes a crew, or it takes teamwork to get the job safely. So personnel should never stand in the bight of a rope or near the rope under tension, and they should treat ropes on drums and bollards with the utmost care. So as we all know, during mooring operations, ropes can be considered, it has a very dangerous This is covering all of the seafarers on board. So we need to really practice doing assessments and drills so that each of the crew members is familiarized with how a mooring operation works and the safety measures that came along with it. Because again, your health and safety is the number one priority when you are on board ships, because our human bodies are really, very delicate and fragile, and we need to take care of our bodies, because we could lose great opportunities when we are on board, and we don't want to lose that opportunity in the future. So we really need to take care of our bodies. So, continuing our discussion on safe mooring operations. So there are actions to be taken during mooring and unmooring operations. So number one, a sufficient number of seafarers should always be available both forward and aft of the vessel to ensure a safe operation. So again, as I've said a while ago, it takes a team to get this kind of operation safely, because you can't just do it by yourself. So you need to have a sufficient number of people that will guide you, that will watch you in everything that you do during safe mooring operations. Number two, a supervising officer should be in charge of each mooring party, and a suitable means of communication, both primary and secondary, should be established in the bridge team. So again, one of the key factors of a safe mooring operation is communication. Communication is the key to a safe mooring operation, because when you are communicating, all of your parties, all of your team, or all of your crew are coordinated well. So if ever, let's just say that the captain wants to communicate with the team, there is already like a means of communication to that, one of which is radio. So if the captain or the master will call to a certain someone, then the master could just easily communicate with that person, or if he wants to communicate with all of the team members on board. So this communication involves the use of portable radios. Then the use of portable radios, so it prevents miscommunication and prevents confusion and misdirection when you are doing a safe mooring operation. And last but not the least, appropriate PPE or personal protection equipment should be placed for seafarers' protection, including safety helmet, safety shoes, and safety goggles. So again, health is our number one priority on board. So we need to equip ourselves with PPE so that we can guarantee a 100% safe operation during mooring. And the last slide of this discussion is preparing for a toolbox meeting. So what is exactly a toolbox meeting? So a toolbox meeting should be conducted between the master and officers in charge of mooring parties to discuss the mooring plan, the lines that are going to be used, the involvement with the terminals or ports personnel, use of tugs, environmental conditions, and communication details. So a toolbox meeting is some kind of a debriefing before doing an actual operation. So it involves sharing of ideas between the master and its officers so that all of them are coordinated, all of them are in sync in what they are doing. So as what I've said, it involves the using of it discusses the mooring plan, the lines that are going to be used, the ropes, the tugs, environmental conditions, and communication as well. So both of those topics are going to be discussed during the toolbox meeting, and that's going to be happening before the actual mooring operation. So special considerations and instructions should be made for a snapback zones and lines under tension in order to avoid accidents due to line failure. So there are parts of a mooring operation where the ropes are in tension, there are hazard zones where a line could trigger a snapback phenomena. So we wanted to avoid. We don't want that to happen. So that is actually a part or a discussion on the toolbox meeting. So again, we need to avoid those parts, the snapback zones and high tension zones of ropes, so that we can ensure that there are no accidents that's going to be happening on safe mooring operations, and so that we can do the operation smoothly and safely as possible. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for listening to our report. I hope that you have learned something with our presentation, and we'll see you guys next time. Again, this is Mitch Saronio. We'll see you guys next time. This is group 5. So we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.